Here's what nobody tells you about turning 60. Your body doesn't ask for permission before it starts these 6 major changes. I've seen countless people hit this age completely blindsided because they thought good genes or a healthy lifestyle would protect them from everything. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what happens at 60, and more importantly, what you can do about it before it's too late. I've spent nearly 4 decades peering into the human brain as a neurosurgeon, and there's one truth that still stops me in my tracks. The moment you cross 80, your body doesn't just get older, it transforms. It's like someone reached inside and flipped a master switch you never knew existed. Suddenly, the rules that governed your health for the past 8 decades no longer apply. This isn't gradual wear and tear. It's a deliberate, universal reprogramming that happens to every single person, whether you spent your life running marathons or savoring fine wine on the couch. I'm not trying to scare you, but there are 6 biological changes happening right now that will determine whether your golden years are truly golden or filled with regret. The shocking part? Most people have no idea these changes are even occurring until it's too late to do anything about them. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Modern science, particularly large studies published in Nature Aging and The Lancet, now confirms that around age 80, we all cross 6 irreversible biological thresholds. Your organs don't break, they shift strategy. They trade raw performance for survival. And most doctors never mention it because they were taught aging is just decline. It isn't. It's adaptation on a cellular level. Today I'm pulling back the curtain on the 6 quiet revolutions that start the day you turn 80. Some will surprise you. One, especially number 3, might keep you up at night, in a good way. Stay with me until the end. It could add healthy years to someone you love. Let's begin with the very first whisper that something has changed, and it starts on your tongue. 6. Food loses its voice. Imagine biting into the ripest strawberry of summer and tasting nothing special. That's what happens when you hit 80. Your taste buds don't just dull, they retire in droves. By your 9th decade, most people have lost 60 to 80% of the tiny flavor detectors that once lit up your brain with every meal. These little papillae used to regenerate every 10 days like clockwork. Now the factory slows to a crawl. Saliva production drops too, so even the molecules that do reach your tongue barely make it to the senses. Add in the fact that your sense of smell, which creates 80% of what you think of as taste, plummets after 75, and suddenly meals feel muted, like watching a masterpiece in black and white. I'll never forget Clara, an 81-year-old Italian grandmother who taught cooking classes for 50 years. One afternoon she broke down in my office. "Doctor, my own marinara tastes like water." She had started drowning everything in salt just to feel something. 3 months later, she was in the ER with sky-high blood pressure. The tragedy? It wasn't the salt's fault alone. It was her body's silent alarm she could no longer hear. Fading flavor isn't just sad. It's dangerous. You miss spoiled food. You over-season. Appetite vanishes, and malnutrition sneaks in wearing the mask of, "I'm just not hungry anymore." 5. Your skin forgets its job. A paper cut at 40 is gone in 3 days. The same cut at 80 can linger for a month, sometimes turning angry and red for no apparent reason. After 60, your skin literally loses its molecular memory. The cells that once raced to seal a wound now arrive late, confused, and understaffed. Collagen production has already crashed by 75%. Blood vessels stiffen, and immune scouts move like they're stuck in mud. Even the gentlest bump can burst fragile capillaries, leaving those mysterious purple patches that look like you've been in a fight you don't remember. Margaret, 84, came to me with a tiny scratch from her cat. 6 weeks later, it was still open. Tests were perfect. No diabetes, no infection. Her skin had simply forgotten the choreography of healing. It's not that the body gives up. It's that the instruction manual is fading, page by page. 4. Your internal clock breaks free from the sun. You fall asleep at 7 p.m. like a child, then snap awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling while the rest of the world dreams. Welcome to Advanced Sleep Phase Syndrome, the near-universal fate of the 80-plus crowd. The master clock in your brain, a pinhead-sized cluster of neurons called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, starts misfiring. Your aging eyes let in less blue light, so the "it's daytime" signal weakens. Melatonin trickles out too early. Cortisol lingers too late. Days and nights blur. Evelyn used to joke that she lived in a different time zone than her grandchildren. Morning light therapy and strict meal timing gave her back her evenings within weeks. The brain still wants rhythm. It just needs louder cues. Broken sleep isn't just annoying. When deep sleep shrinks, your brain's night shift janitors can't clear out the sticky proteins linked to memory loss. Fix the clock, protect the mind. It's that direct. 3. Your brain starts building back roads, and this one will shock you. Here's the one that haunts me the most. Around 80, you've lost roughly 15 to 20% of your brain's white matter. Those are the high-speed cables connecting every thought. Instead of shutting down, your brain does something heroic. It frantically builds detours. Neurons that never talked before suddenly strike up conversations. Backup circuits light up like emergency lanterns. The result? You can still tell a story, crack a joke, fall in love with a sunset. But the traffic is slower. You walk into a room and the reason evaporates. A name dances just out of reach. Most people panic and think dementia. Usually it isn't. It's construction. The shocking part, science only recently proved, this rewiring favors emotional memory over facts. You may forget what you ate yesterday, but the feeling of holding your firstborn floods back in technicolor. Your brain is choosing wisdom over trivia, love over logistics. It's choosing what matters when time feels short. 2. Your muscles begin to feed on themselves. Under your skin, a silent cannibalism begins. It has a name, sarcopenia, but it feels like betrayal. Every year after 80, even active people lose 1 to 2% of muscle mass and 3 to 5% of strength. Protein breakdown outpaces repair. Hormones vanish. One morning you stand up from a chair and your legs whisper, "We can't do this the way we used to." I watched George, a former Marine who could still do 20 pull-ups at 75, struggle to rise from a sofa at 82 without using his arms. He hadn't stopped moving. His body had simply flipped the switch from build to survive. 1. The final switch. Survival mode fully engaged. All these changes aren't random. They're coordinated by a single ancient program buried in your DNA. When resources grow scarce and repair gets harder, the body stops investing in speed, beauty, and reproduction. It pours everything into keeping the heart beating and the brain conscious for one more day. That's why a 90-year-old can survive a serious infection that would kill a 50-year-old. The system has become ruthlessly efficient at triage. The beautiful truth no one says out loud. These 6 shifts don't mean the story is over. They mean the plot has thickened. Your body at 80 is not falling apart. It's becoming a different kind of miracle. Leaner, wiser, fiercer in its focus on what truly keeps you here. Connection, meaning, the next sunrise. Science now proves you can push back. Resistance training rebuilds muscle even at 95. Morning sunlight resets the clock. Flavor can be coaxed back with herbs and zinc. Wounds heal faster with simple peptides and gentle movement. Aging past 80 isn't punishment. It's the longest, strangest, most courageous chapter of adaptation any human ever gets to live. So tell me, which of these quiet revolutions have you already noticed in yourself or someone you cherish? Drop your age and your story below. My team and I read every single one. Because the more we talk about what really happens, the less power fear has, and the more years we get to live, truly live, in this remarkable final act.